I'm not going to rant about the YouTube copyright claiming and takedown problem. I am not going to rant about the YouTube copyright claiming and takedown problem. I am not going to rant about the YouTube copyright claiming takedown problem. Fuck! Like, seriously, come on, YouTube. This is getting ridiculous. Like, come on. Why is it that people can just keep claiming videos left and right without even having to look at it? And then the worst part is a lot of times when it's not even actually violation of a copyright, by the time you actually get it all sorted out and you say, okay, yeah, you know, it wasn't a copyright, and they say, okay, we agree, we wrongfully copyright claimed it, they still get to keep all the money that they wrongfully copyrighted. That's just BS. I just think that just, you know, a load of crap that they can do stuff like that, where they can just claim something, take all the revenue from it, and then afterwards go, oh yeah, after 2 weeks, yeah, we totally agree, it was totally not ours, but we still got the money for it. I mean, seriously, how is this not stealing? I mean, I don't, you know, of course, obviously get monetization, so obviously it shouldn't bother me that much, but it really does get annoying after a while. Just every time I post a video, immediately someone wants to post their thing on there, even if it, like, I don't even think it's even copyright worthy, that they should be even claiming it. They just love to flag it, just flag it every damn time. I can't do even a live stream without having my audio muted during segments of it, the live stream now, because of the fact that every time I play a Star Wars game, it immediately gets flagged. I can't even, that's another reason why, even though I don't really like Halo 4 that much, there's a reason why I don't even like live streaming it. Because every time I do Halo 4 in the Halo MCC, every time it gets flagged by some company that was part of Halo 4 that wants to get their, you know, nickel for me playing it. It's like, are you kidding? This is just so ridiculous. I know YouTube doesn't have, you know, control over those kind of aspects, but the way they get their money, I think, is absolutely ridiculous. And there's definitely ways that they could fix this, but I don't think they're ever going to, because they don't seem to really take it serious. I'm kind of like thinking the only way YouTube will ever take it serious is like with this whole PewDiePie versus T-Series. If a bunch of trolls decided to, you know, just make a bunch of fake claiming accounts and just start claiming all of T-Series videos to get them taken down, so they can't even like have they get taken down for having 3 strikes, and then they can't get subs, so that helps PewDiePie win. I guarantee when that happens, that all of a sudden people will go, or is it YouTube will go, whoa, okay, clearly they found a good way to stop T-Series from trying to get to #1, because I guarantee it'll work. I guarantee it'll work. It's because of YouTube's terrible copyright claiming system and takedown ability. It is ridiculous. You can take down 3 videos in one if you wanted to. And that is just the fact that people can just do that stuff. And like, I already saw like how small YouTubers were getting preyed upon by these like PayPal hacker kind of people that not hackers, but scammers that just, you know, claim all your videos or claim 2 of them and take them down, and then threaten you if you don't give them a certain amount of money on a PayPal account that they will completely they'll strike a 3rd one. And that didn't get YouTube, you know, their stuff together. And he only lucked out because he just knew some people that would actually pass along the information. Otherwise, his channel would have been gone. And that's just ridiculous how they can do stuff like that. And at any point, any of these copyright claim ones, the ones that they don't take down your videos but they get all the revenue for it, they can one day just change their mind and say, nope, take it all down. And I had that happen to me on one of my videos. It wasn't it didn't get a takedown notice, but it got blocked in all countries. It went from being just claimed, which I was totally fine with that for just a montage video I really didn't care about years ago for Battlefield. And then all of a sudden I noticed it had switched from being monetized by the WGM company to completely blocked entirely. It was not allowed to be seen anymore. So that video was completely taken down. I was wondering, why do I only have like 26 views on it? Oh, it's completely taken down. But also what's just annoying is just recently when I was live streaming the new was it Capital Supremacy for the new map, Kashyyyk, Giants over, whatever it's called. I was streaming the new map when it came out day one, and I do a live stream, just a simple, like, I think it was half an hour, it was like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and not even that long after it finished, boom, it just already got marked with, oh, from this segment, this segment, you got a Star Wars thing in it. I mean, seriously, this is so ridiculous, and I just want to say what I think could perfectly be a good way to fix it if YouTube actually cared. I don't think they're ever gonna watch this or ever take it in consideration, but you know, I guess I'm gonna rant about it. I guess I'm gonna do that. I don't even really want to do that for a video. I had so much other stuff to work on, but I just got, you know, unfortunately too busy, and I thought, well, at least if I can pop one video out this week, I'll do one for this, because this is just absolutely atrocious how terrible it is. So here's my take on how they should fix the damn problem with people copyright claiming left and right, whether it's legitimate, whether it's fake. Here's a good alternative to fix it if YouTube really wants to do something about it. Number one, the copyright claim holder person, they can, you know, make a claim or a takedown, but it's only temporary. And the, you know, creator who is getting their video taken down can dispute it, and the two of them have to come to a compromise, whether it's a certain percentage of the money that's gained from the ads, or based on the time frame in which the person is claiming went way over, or that it wasn't the right time, or that it wasn't even accurate, or you know, just they were completely wrong. And if no agreement is met after 1 week, or the person doesn't respond after a week, then the video gets reinstated, then claim gets removed, with no way for that person that's the claimer to claim it again from that same person. If the accuser is unhappy with what happened and feels that they are still owed money, they may take it to the legal route. They'll have them do it that way if they really feel like they really deserve that money. That has always been, you know, the way it's been done in like past events before this YouTube claiming system. So if they really feel like they're really losing that money from it, then I think they should, you know, just put it on there and say they have to go and dispute it. And here, since you guys signed that agreement ahead of time that you two are going to dispute it out, and you gave each other your information, if they really want to take that legal route, let them take that legal route. But otherwise, this is kind of ridiculous for them to do that. You know, not, you know, they get to, you know, claim it themselves, like, I get to decide whether or not it's copyright claimed, and they can be a total douche about it and say no, that we even if we are wrong, we're not going to take it down. And what are you supposed to do? You have nothing. You have no way to fight back. This is why people have been like diminishing in wanting to make content for YouTube, because it immediately gets claimed. Remember when YouTube, it was like, hey, we have this new system and you YouTubers can use it to monetize your videos. Now it's practically, you make videos now and other people get to claim your work on them, whether or not it's accurate, and they get to make money off of the whole entire video. You did it for free for them so that they can live out to be fat little shits. I swear, some of them are just, it just pisses me off. The fact that they can just do that. They can claim stuff, and even if it isn't theirs, they know that they can play this game, and basically that's the reason why YouTube's been lacking content from a lot of YouTubers. They just don't want to make a lot of videos because immediately someone wants to claim it to get full revenue of it. The second it gets posted, not even like 4 seconds, it'll get claimed almost immediately. And yeah, that's just, it's ridiculous. Again, these copyright issues, if it's a video that's flagged for, you know, something like violence or something like that, for the YouTube team to review and claim is, you know, legitimate, then, you know, the content creator can, you know, dispute that with them, but obviously they would have, you know, YouTube decides on that if it's actually like those kind of violations. But for this video, I'm talking about copyrighted material that the someone can just claim. That's the first one on there that, yeah, they can dispute it, and if it doesn't come to an agreement, then it gets reinstated back, and if they want to take a legal route, they can take a legal route, but they lose all ability. So they have to, when they claim stuff now, actually have to dispute it and talk it over, not just go, oh, we're just going to claim it, we don't really want to talk to you and avoid you, which a lot of YouTubers higher up have always been trying to get in contact with these people that make these claims, and they just get, you know, the cold shoulder and avoid them for so long because they know they can just keep pushing it off, and it's ridiculous. And unless you're like a really big YouTuber that lost a lot of money, small claims is not really going to help you much. I mean, I'm not sure how many lawyers will probably watch this and tell you for sure that, yeah, small claims, it will just screw you in the end if you try to go that route with them. So it's not even worth it. So that's, and they know that, so that's why they get to abuse it. Number 2, the copyright holder making the claim to take the ad revenue from the videos is only allowed to take a percentage of the entire video length, not the whole thing. It's only a percentage versus how much is claimed. So if you have a 100-second video and only 5 seconds of it is claimed, you only get 5%, not 100% of the video. If you don't like it, again, take it up with the court system, but otherwise, you have your money. If you want it, take it, but you don't get to claim a whole thing like, oh, I get 100% of something that was only 5%. That does not even add up. I don't know how they decide. YouTube works with their Google AdSense to make that all work, but they can clearly, if they want YouTubers to actually start putting more effort to their videos, wanting to be have less burnout, that's your option. Since you guys are really talking about, you guys want to find a way to get YouTubers to start making more videos for you guys, making more content again, that's how you're going to have it happen. Otherwise, a lot of people are just not going to even bother. And so if there's you have 2 people claiming in that 5-second area of claiming that it's both theirs, then they get a split of it. It's 50-50, so they'll get 2.5% in both those. And that would be like a situation where one person's claiming the music while another person's maybe claiming the graphics, like the video or the image that's being displayed is theirs. And the result is that, for that 5 seconds, they get 2.5% of that 100-second video. So that, to me, sounds perfectly fair, to be honest, because they don't deserve 100% of the video, just as a lazy man's way of saying, oh, well, we don't want to bother figure it out. If they think that they deserve more, they can perfectly, go down that route and, take it to court. But I think that's ridiculous that they can, just claim a whole video. The copyright claims can be, obviously are going to have dispute options and requests for either option like, say, I feel like I should get more than 5% because my content that was in there was something vitally important that clearly had more value. And if you want to dispute that with the content creator that made the video, then I think that's perfectly fine. There should be a way to do that where they can choose the segments and adjust the value and something like that. I think if YouTube actually really wants to go through that effort, they can do something like that and obviously choose to give more value. Obviously though, they can't go less. It gives them that percentage. You can't say, oh, I'm going to give them less than that. And if you want to be a YouTube content creator that wants to be complete dicks to the copyright claimer and say, oh, you want more than 5%? Oh, how about I give you 3%? No, I don't want to go that route. But basically, they can go up. They can say, okay, you know what? I'll give you 25% because it's such a good claim of 5 seconds, whatever it is. But yeah, I see that as fair if they want to really go down that route. And again, if they don't, come to a conclusion within that week after dispute of whatever the percentage is and whatnot, then it just remains the same percentage. And, if they want to dispute it, they take it to court. Number 3, the money that comes from the ad revenue is held for review on the copyrighted claim person, and it's held for a segment of I think either maybe 1 month or maybe 2 weeks, or I think actually 1 month, and the content creator can dispute it, and if it doesn't get when the dispute goes out, it goes for 1 whole week. So the longest it can go is a whole month and 1 week if they just get it right on the dot. But once that 1 week period starts where they have to dispute it, that's how it's going to go down. And however those options are, they should go down that route. But the fact of the matter is that they can't just immediately claim a video, get all the money. Like I've seen some of these people that make videos that get into the millions, and then thousands of dollars, they lose all of it because 98% of all their views that they're ever going to get are within those 2 weeks, and then they're going to get nothing compared to the rest of that. So by the time it's over, they only get a couple $100, and even though in the end they got a ton of money taken from them. I know those ones they'll probably take it to court, but smaller end guys, we don't have a way to fight that back. He's like, if it's like $10, it's not worth going to small claims court for. But the thing is, they wrongfully might have copyright claimed the video, and the problem is there's no punishment for it. And I know they can't punish them for it because obviously they might be a big company that really does have all these copyrights, and they may have made a mistake. And if they restrict their access to be able to make claims, then they can't claim all those videos when it actually is violating the copyright. But the fact of the matter is that it sucks the fact that they have no punishment on their end, but the YouTube content creators do get punishment for it, which is kind of unfair that they can just abuse it like that because they know the system's in their favor. But if that content creator does not end up disputing it, does not respond to it or anything like that, just lets them have it for a whole month, then yeah, that claimer gets the full amount, and that's the end of the dispute. This ensures that there's enough time for the content creator to respond back, and this also ensures that people don't just make multiple claims on multiple videos right away to get the ad revenue right away as soon as possible on a newly made video that gets usually about 95% of its views, or 98%, from which the majority of the money is made from those ads, and then taking that money that is from that hard-earned content creator and losing it to someone that did not actually deserve it. So I think this is a fair way to dispute it, because if in the end people are really actually stealing these videos or stealing actual copyrighted material, and these big companies find it such a big problem, they'll take it to court if it's a real legitimate thing. But the fact of the matter is, if it's not a real legitimate thing, then they're obviously just frivolously just making claim after claim after claim, and it's really not fair to everyone else when they feel like they can't even fight back because they're leaving it for the copyright claimer to say, oh, do we feel like reading your message that you said that you think this is legitimate? Nah, I'm not going to read that. They can literally just ignore it. They can just say upheld or whatnot and just not listen to what the other people have to say. So I think that's ridiculous that you give the person that's accusing you have to fight against. That he is a judge. I mean, think about that in like a court situation where the judge is the accuser. He's accusing you of this, and you have to convince him that you're innocent. That just does not make any sense to actually make a system like that. It just does. It's totally in favor of the person making the accusations. Number 4. Multiple strikes in a day or a short time period are no longer instantly your account banned and you can't access it. They, in place make it so that you obviously have a suspension limbo where you can't upload any content or anything like that. It's basically just being held, but you can view everything, and you can ask for your account to be reviewed, and it stays there. It doesn't get deleted. It just stays there in limbo, and the content creator being accused has the ability to speak to someone on this matter. Depending on how big of a channel it is, obviously going to need a faster response of importance. Unfortunately, that's just one of the situations, but that's because obviously theirs has even more financial of a problem and needs to get resolved sooner. But the fact of the matter is that you don't just get your account completely wiped out just because a bunch of people threw claims on it or something like that. That's just ridiculous that they can do that. Even if it is legitimate, it should still happen where the YouTube team gets to look at it and not 3 flags, you're out, and then the YouTube team has to you have to flag them down to review it, because if it doesn't get checked in like supposedly 1 week or something like that, it gets completely removed. So you're like, well, actually it was legitimate, but it's been over a week before we got to it, so it's too late, sorry, it's all gone. That's like ridiculous that people can do that and completely make someone who worked really hard for all that effort just to be completely gone just because a bunch of false flags and so forth. That's easy stuff right there, wiping out accounts. I'm surprised it's not more common that people do stuff like that. Like, again, that guy that got 2 flag takedowns and then was threatened a 3rd one if he didn't give money to this certain group, and apparently this is a common thing that I've heard from smaller YouTubers, that this happens. And that's ridiculous that you finally work up that way, you finally get a couple thousand subscribers, you're starting to finally actually make some money, and then you have troll scammer motherfuckers that do this to bring down your account, and if you don't pay, you lose everything. And obviously YouTube's team is not able to review everything, so people can do stuff like this. I think that's ridiculous. No one should just immediately get their stuff taken down because of someone else. When videos get flagged for violence or sexual conduct or anything like that, YouTube actually reviews it. Why are we allowed to say that someone who does not work for YouTube gets to strike a bunch of videos and have their account taken down without YouTube actually reviewing it first? I think that's how it should be viewed as, and that it actually has to, the content creator has to have a chance to be able to fight back these claims. This ensures the YouTube team can have time to take a look at it, while at the same time the content creator doesn't feel stressed out about a false flag attack basically on their account, where people can just do that and wrongfully get the account terminated. Number 5, demonetized and limited no ad videos need to have, a note of how they can, why they are demonetized and how they can change that to make it monetized, with a clear understanding of what it is that got it in that state, and not something vague or something that doesn't give, the content creator a chance to fix it and request a review, to change it after changes have been made, whether or not it's now eligible for monetization so that they can finally ad revenue. I know that YouTube didn't, intentionally want it to be this way. I know that this was just something that had to be a response in order to, react to all these copyright claims, all these big companies saying, oh, you're just allowing all these people to upload pirated music and so forth. But now the way that they have it is they gave full control to the people claiming this stuff and just assuming that they know what they're doing. But then that goes, well, if they're wrong, they wrongfully claimed your video, you can take them to court. Sorry, but the average YouTuber is not someone who daily can go to court every time someone makes a copyright claim. That's kind of ridiculous. So in a way, YouTube gave them this much power, and they need to bring it back down to something that's a little more reasonable. That if these people really think it's such a problem, that they can take them to court themselves. They get all the information when they sign those agreements and whatnot, that they have their information, so now it's no longer just some mysterious person uploading it. So I see that's perfectly fair use. If they're going to make money off of it, that they get to do that. Obviously, in these situations, if you are someone that does not obviously have monetization, then you obviously don't get these options. I know these 5 different things are, a lot of demands coming from some small-time YouTuber that doesn't even have monetization, that, might just laugh it off, but they really should, consider this, because content creation is at an all-time low when it comes to content creators burning out very fast and not uploading videos. And they say they really want to care about this, issue, and, with people getting demonetized left and right to the point where they're just leaving to competitors like Twitch that have their own videos now with their streaming service, with some of these people higher up on the totem poles, and of how big they have grown in content, and to remove their entire channel over a few videos. What was that one guy, Monkey something? He got taken down just easily. I know that was like a whole deal with a what's it called, arguing whether or not it was a valid takedown or not, and they just didn't even respond to him. He had to get other people from YouTube to actually help him out. That's kind of ridiculous that he had the hope that other YouTubers would actually scratch his back, instead of YouTube actually talking to him straight to his face. But to even allow that these copyright claimers to pretty much do the same thing, and then YouTube, if they don't get back to you in time, it's all gone. That seems really ridiculous. Why they would even go this far, that they would give this much power to them, and they need to really do something about it, because it's really, I know, hurting them. And if they really actually care enough to want to fix it, then they should, because otherwise they're going to lose their content creators to competitors that aren't going to put up with this, and they're actually going to do something about it. This addresses a lot of the issues by now making it, again, responsible for the copyright claim holder. If they really feel like they were wrongfully, stolen from, and the person isn't willing to work it out with them, then they take them to court. That's how it's supposed to work. If it's really that, someone's doing that, then they can do that. But it's just, I just find it so ridiculous that if if they really feel like there's someone stealing their stuff, they're supposed to just take him to court about it. But instead, they can just, I can simply just claim it's mine. And if it really technically has some form of it being true, people just seem too afraid to, do anything about it. Even though in reality, it was already ruled that if, a video is transformative, there's no copyright claim on it anymore. This was, all after that H3H3 incident that happened where, guy claimed it was copyright and whatnot. He also claimed that it was defamation, but I'm not going to go on that part of it. But, at the end of it, she said, it was the judge ruled that it was, transformative. And at the end of the day, if it's transformative, it's no longer, held by copyright. There's multiple videos of stuff like this where people actually stood their ground. Like one person who did that whole episode 8 of Star Wars, how he did his alternative spin on it by editing the scenes around, and he apparently got around that copyright claim. And so apparently you can do that with a lot of things, but unfortunately with music groups, they really are, absolutely nitpicky on this, and they just, I say, hey, if you're these big companies that are going to be that nitpicky and say everything's copyright claimed, go ahead and take them to court. If you're really that, going to be anal about it, or be happy that you get 5% of a music clip in a, 100-second video. I think that's perfectly fair. And if you don't really think that is fair enough, then yeah, it truly does show you're greedy if you want more than that. I mean, seriously, trying to get 100% revenue from a 5-second claim is just ridiculous in a 100-second video. That just makes no bloody sense at all. But I personally would like to hear, what other big YouTube content creators that might be lawyers. I've seen some YouTube channels. I'd love to hear what their take on this is. If this sounds, reasonable legally. I know that I have only some very minor knowledge when it comes to copyright in my industry, when it comes to games, when it comes to creating your own art, because there's problems with people always trying to claim other people's artwork, saying, oh, it looks similar to mine, you're stealing from me. They don't understand, you could reference art and make your own art based off of that. But people literally do that stuff and try to claim that. But I would like to hear if there's that sounds a lot reasonable, and it still falls within the way that YouTube can still run their system and not have to entirely give full control to the copyright holders. And if the copyright holders really feel like they're really being violated on their copyright, that it's legitimate, that they can obviously still take them to court like the design already has, but instead it's not giving copyright claim holders this full power of being able to take down videos and making content creators feel too threatened to post a video without someone trying to just constantly claim it every time. I've seen multiple people that are bigger YouTubers claiming this is a constant thing. Whenever they post videos, it's constantly happening, and now it's just really annoying because now I'm over 100 subs, just over 100 subs, not even a huge thing, and constantly WMG is constantly flagging my videos. I swear they must be subscribed to my channel and watching me every time, because a lot of these I think are manual ones too, and it's just like they just go through and they find like one segment that they can just grab out of a video. If they hear any like Star Wars sound when I'm playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, boom, they just immediately grab it. And I think some of them are not even automatic, because it takes several days before it all of a sudden boom pops up. It's like yeah, they're probably watching my videos and just waiting for it. It seems like it's ridiculous how they just it goes about like maybe a week or two, and then I'll get a notice again. It's like, yep, that's why I'm just staying away from ever posting gameplay clips with any sound in them, because they'll immediately get flagged. If I ever, even monetize it. At this point, actually, to be honest, at this point, it really doesn't even matter if I get flagged anymore, or at least like claimed, because it's not like anything can be done about it. But I mean, once I start, getting monetization, I'm just gonna have to turn off audio or not even play Battlefront, because I like to listen to the music when I play. It's kind of what makes it fun, and I can't do that because I'm getting flagged every bloody time. But if you guys got a better way, let me know. But personally, I feel like this is more justified, as it gives, the copyright holder that legitimate chance for them to work it out with the content creator. Usually small scale. I have found that other small timers that I've run into that, they think that something's been wrongfully copyrighted on my video, which has only happened like once or twice. In those videos, we ended up going from foes to friends, and collaborated, worked together. So I think that's pretty fair. Versus how this system's designed. It's designed to be anti copyright people. Like, we just don't like them because they seem to just love the flag every chance they get, and get full revenue even when it's not even theirs. And it seems pretty ridiculous. So yeah, I think this sounds a little bit fair. I don't know how it would work large scale, but I really think that something like this would be a lot better, and at least makes people have to be more professional when they claim stuff, and not just be happy trigger finger and claim it, and just frivolous claims from trolls just to still add revenue. Again, just to reiterate, though, that if you're a small channel that's already default demonetized like mine, claimers can just get the full amount of the video of the monetization, and you can't really dispute it because you obviously don't have monetization enabled. But all accounts need to be tied to a physical person, so that there can be some sort of way to what's it called? Be held responsible, and you sign an agreement with the account, and if there's a copyright dispute, that way they can take you to court, and unfortunately you have to deal with that nonsense. That's why obviously you have to work it out first. Basically they need to just confirm that you're a real person, so if they decide to go after you, only say like in situations where it's out of country, where they're not in the same country where they could legally go after you for, then I would understand something like where YouTube would take more drastic action on that. But if it's something that's not in obviously the same country, or that it is the same country, this would be the situation. But if it's like another country, it'd get like blocked off, that no one can look at it because obviously it's copyright claim violation, which I think YouTube already does. I don't know how that all works, to be honest, because I don't know how it happens out of state. I just know what happens when you're in country in the United States, how that works, for at least someone taking a court for copyrights. Unfortunately, I don't know the whole ins and out when it comes to music and movies and all that nonsense. Just when I know, for me personally, when it comes to assets, like I make like a vehicle, like I literally had someone try and like claim that, oh, I was copying Halo. It's like, no, I got inspiration from Halo, but this is not a Halo jet vehicle that's ever existed. And some people were like siding with that person just because it looked like it. And unfortunately, they don't understand that copyright isn't, oh, it just looks like it therefore is copyright. It actually has to be, I ripped the model out off of some program and I stole the actual artwork. That would actually be copyright claiming. That was fair. Making my own art from ground up, no, they can't claim that. That's ridiculous. And that's there's just been so many instances of that where people try to claim work that isn't theirs just from 3D models, and I know that that's an annoying thing to deal with. But yeah, I mean, personally, if you got 100% of a video being copyrighted because they literally just copy and pasted the original video, and you're gaining all the profit from that video anyways, it seems like all he's doing is doing free work, putting your video out multiple times, because it's gonna go to you anyways. But I can understand, it will, help the YouTubers grow when they shouldn't be, doing that just by re-uploading videos that aren't theirs to get subscribers. That makes sense. If they want to go that route, that's perfectly fine. But if these mega companies are worried that much about losing money from copyrighted material, I don't see them having a problem, defending their intellectual property in a courtroom, and the YouTubers already fear them enough that they, will consider it when it comes to a dispute situation. This would then be more along the lines that it used to go against, false claiming revenue to just like from, people that aren't the true copyright holders. And again, all that money is being held. They don't get it right away, so they have to wait 1 full month before they can get that money that came from that video, so that way no one's just walking away with all the money that was just earned and someone just screwed them over. That just seems perfect, just absolutely unfair. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. It's 30 minutes. Jesus, I can rant, can't I? But I swear I did not want to have to do this, but I was just really just annoyed by it. I just wanted to get it off my chest. But I have a couple other Halo controversy videos that it should be coming soon. So anyways, that's what that should just wrap it up. Anyways, take care. Peace.